Hi, I want to talk about some current events, and I usually don't make videos like in the morning. I do it like late at night. Over here, there's nobody around, and I kind of might I'm left alone to do what I want. But today is Sunday, and everybody's gone for the weekend, long weekend for Thanksgiving. But we're coming Thanksgiving next year. I don't think too many Americans will have too many things to be thankful for this coming year because it's going to be a very bad year for them. But let's talk about what Israel did by killing Iranian scientists right inside our borders. Actually, where they did that, Damavan is a small town, small city. My mother has, I think she has an apartment there or condo over there. Well, my brother worked for, never mind, and he helped her, when my dad died, to get money and move to Damavan. It's a very nice place. It got a lot of fresh air, a lot of fruit trees. Well, my brother used to work for Iranian military, but right now he's helping her, and he has some medical problems he's trying to get over. Well, it was very sad the way they killed this scientist, and he had has done so much for Iranian people, so many inventions, so many introduction of new technologies or technologies that we couldn't get any other way by reinventing them, except by reinventing them. And he had even made a kit for coronavirus, and also he was a great teacher. He trained a lot of technicians and other scientists. Uh, and this is like the fifth, I think, or the sixth scientist that Israel has, in one form or another, executed. Actually, when they had the conference for non-allied nations, and the Iranian government at the time, the Ahmadinejad government, they put the cars that were blown apart. Three of the cars were attacked by motorcycle riders coming along the car and attaching a bomb on top of the roof in the back passenger side. So the back passenger side had blown up and killed the scientist that was inside. And many nations, they attended this non-aligned conference, but Miss Clinton, she didn't want to go there, and she was advising people, hey, don't go there. And many countries, they have these diplomats that they get money or tidbits from US or Israel, and they give the nice lip service for United States. But they all know that if they say something bad about Israel or about United States, they could just be the next guy in one of those cars that with the roof blown up, and they could die easily. I think that many of them, they know this. The well, they even in Indians, I see them, talking in the news. They kind of go over every aspect of these things, and they don't want to show that, hey, we are also concerned. Could they be killing our scientists, our nuclear scientists? Oh, well, just now you're doing it to those damn Iranians, just keep it over there. Well, uh, we Iranians, we have very long history. Our history goes way back. And Iran has always been the scientific and technological center of Middle East. Well, the Greeks, they competed with us for a while, but killing a few scientists is not gonna get rid of our technologies. And we have many of them, much better than nuclear technology. I think these scientists came up with very strong lasers that put it on top of the Natanz reactors, and these lasers, they can shoot lasers and destroy satellites. They can destroy F-35s. That he had come up with technology to detect any plane without using radars. I think maybe he came up with CCDs. I'm just speculating. And CCDs, they can be very sensitive. You can detect changes in light intensity. I think that's what he had used. But, well, I'm gonna have another video talk about that you cannot really stop technological developments. You cannot, if there is a technology that people know about, they're gonna reinvent it or find it. Or if there is anybody that supports it, foreign military, researchers, you can pick any topic, the most bizarre topics. Like, say for example, if you're a researcher and you want to see if miles underneath the mantle of the earth there are civilizations that are remnant of the dinosaurs. I wouldn't believe this, but there's evidence for this. Somebody went out and researched it out and found out, hey, yeah, this is a possibility and there's some evidence and this and that. So I don't think that you can really stop technology, and I also don't think that you can stop nuclear technology. I also don't think that Iran is trying to get nuclear bombs. I think we have had nuclear bombs. My suspicion is that Iran has at least 20 or 30, maybe more nukes. But that's just kind of suspicion. Well, in the 1980s, we had two nukes that we got from Kazakhstan. But I think for a while we had like two, three more, and then I don't know what the Iranian government is doing. They have made bases way deep in the earth. But another interesting thing that was happening is that usually when there is an attack on Iranians, usually when well, the last time when they killed the Iranian general Qasem Soleimani, I don't think the moderates, Rouhani is a moderate, and usually he's not really there to negotiate with the United States or Israel, but there is a part of the Iranian government that wants to be friends with other countries, doesn't want to be isolated like United States, and there is hope even with Europeans. Usually Rouhani doesn't come out and condemn or pursue these topics, but this I think this attack was really what broke the camel's back, because then Rouhani came out and they accuse Israel. And then many people, they don't follow the what the Iranian leadership is saying, and well, the two important figures, Khamenei, the supreme leader, and Rouhani, General Rouhani, they're both saying that we're gonna just attack Israel. You're done. I mean, the title of this video is called Israel is Toast. I do mean they are toast. Uh, I don't know what form it will take, uh, but looking at Israel and the strengths that it has of repelling foreign attacks, it's very surprising that the Zionists have gone out of their borders and they have done all this stuff, because their military is nowhere near what it needs to defend its territory. I mean, the number of troops and the kind of weapons that they have, and they have been fighting every country around them. If, for example, if Hezbollah send in all the rockets, I don't think all of them will get through. Maybe like a small percentage will get through, like 30%. Even that, like 20% got through. The devastation to Israel would be tremendous. But that's not the only rockets that are aimed at Israel. We are talking huge numbers of rockets that could be launched from Iran, from the interior of Iran, from Yemen. Then we are not talking about all the flying bombs, which is like suicide drones, and drones that can come and bomb and go back, and regular Air Force. And we are not talking about Syria. They have a very good Air Force too. We're not talking about the troops that are pro-Iranians. I don't think that the ordinary Israelis have any conception of what their government has unleashed, but what they're gonna find out shortly. I do think that the casualty rate will be extremely high. I could also go by prophecies of Prophet Muhammad that I think that what will happen is that these foreign troops will come in, and the IDF or their military is constantly go back and back until they come into an area like around Tel Aviv. I don't think Haifa will last, but there will be like a cordoned area that there would be no way that they could lose that. But while this is going on, there will be a lot of casualties, and at the same time, their air force is going to constantly become half because they'll be constantly losing territory. But I've been reading Iranian media. One report was saying that Iranian government had found out where all the IDF officers live, and they had allocated a flying rocket, to come in and destroy them. This is like point-to-point rockets with high accuracy. I just think that the casualty rate will be very, very high, and the Zionists, they really deserve this, because they have been tormenting all these countries all around them, and it would be okay if this siege or this war dragged on, so more Israelis could get killed or injured, because they've been going around all kinds of places. They think they have all these friends and they're going to come and save them. And uh, the, I do think that the Israeli government or Zionists, they lie to the Jews too. And really the military situation there is nothing that they are portraying it. Um, I don't know. I think there might be they might end up losing the war, and a lot of them they will get killed, and they do deserve it. The, they have been tormenting the world over. But besides that, uh, I don't think that there will this situation of like a secret war, a tit for tat, that's going to continue, because the stuff they have been doing, and it's like a whole string of foreign attacks, terrorist operations. It's just going to end. The Iranians will not put up with it. I think that many Americans, they should read the stuff that General Ghani is saying, or Khamenei has said, or the fact that even Rouhani is very moderate. He came out and accused Israel. That's a very big signal right there, that the people from the way on the other scale, or how moderate they are, they coming out and saying, hey, we are not going to put up with this. Well, the Americans have taken their big aircraft carriers um, out of the Persian Gulf. I think that the Iranian IRGC, that's the name of our equivalent to Marines, they're gonna attack these ships when they come back. Whenever they come back, might be unconventional attack, like boarding them. All around them, there's like 1,000 speedboats. There's 1,000, 1,000. Okay, just get a grasp of the scale of what's lined up on the other side. I mean, there's like 3, 4, or 10. There's 3, 4 big ships, American ships, aircraft carriers. There's like 10 smaller ships. There's 1,000 speedboats that carry surface to air missiles. There's missiles under the Persian Gulf. There is like in a farm of missiles, underground farm, under the ocean, and there is a underground missile battery on the shore. There is submarines that each they can kill entire aircraft carrier. I don't think the Americans or the Israelis, the private party, have any conception of the amount of firepower that's directed to them. I think that the U.S. media and they just continuously lie to them, and some Americans, they don't want Trump to start a war, but I don't know. I think that it will be a very high casualty on one side, but we'll see. I don't think that there will be any peace or any kind of going back to the way things were before this assassination. Also, uh, because Israel and also United States secretly been helping or assassinating very high-ranking officials. That there is no desire on the part of the Iranians. I don't know about the Russians. They have a mixed policy, but that hey, we could work things out. Let's. I don't think any of that is going to happen. Also, I don't think Russia will sit on the sideline. I don't know. I think Russia is going to join in, but I don't know how. Their policy has been kind of ambiguous, but Israel is a huge threat to them, and also the fact that Israel has been going into Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan is right by Russian border, and start trouble there. I don't know. I don't think Russia would be looking at Israel as anything that they would want to keep around or help around. I don't know. Uh, my videos, my stuff is totally research. You cannot find this stuff anywhere on the internet, and also it is very accurate, very realistic of how things are going to turn out. I do not like BSU. I'm not affiliated with MSM or the Democrats. I do lean more towards socialism, but I am not a Democrat. I don't give a shit about anything in the United States. In their political system, they could get nuked and they could become molecules, and I wouldn't care. So I think that my videos or my ideas are very original, and they should be very valuable to you to kind of get an idea of where we're going. So please subscribe and leave comments. Okay, thanks.